The Disability Hate Crime Advocacy Service was established by Leonard Cheshire Disability in 2013. It's designed to support a victim or their carer when reporting a disability hate crime or other incident to the police.
Disability hate crime is different as the individual is more likely to know their attacker. They're more likely to experience disability hate crime in their home or their local community, and disability hate crime is often hidden or taken for granted.
This is Michael Bailey. Michael has been a victim of disability hate crime on several occasions.
The first time was I was crossing across the lights in my wheelchair. I got this smack in the back of my head. There were just two teenagers just walking across the road. He says, what was that for? I couldn't understand what that was for. Then the second time I was passing a thing of trees within pole glass, and these missiles came down, was throwing at me bits of wood and stones and getting through at me. I says, I don't know what. I still didn't understand what was going on.
Like many other victims of disability hate crime, Michael didn't report any of the incidents to the police. Until one particular night, when an attack caused him considerable concern.
I was coming from a meeting one day about 9. The place was very quiet, and I was going along, and these 4 teenagers in the back of the wheelchair, they must have been on something. I don't know what we were on. So I was praying to myself, and they were calling me names and were digging me in the back and took everything out of all the sweets from my ground. I took everything. And I realised that they wanted the wheelchair.
If somebody believes that they have been a victim of whether it's a hate crime or an incident that they believe they've been specifically targeted because of their disability, it's really important that they should contact the police. If it's an emergency, using the 999 system, or in a non-emergency, using the 101 number.
It's just, if you phone the police, you're supposed to be able to respond and help you. I says, look, listen, it happened. Why didn't you phone up at the time? I couldn't. Why could you not? I said I couldn't phone up at that time. Well, I was phoning up at 11:30 at night. I still didn't know. And I said, don't be coming in your uniforms. Please don't do that. I said that twice. And they came in uniforms to the door. And after they left, what time it was, I was tortured again.
This is John Gillespie. John has a learning disability and was a victim of a disability hate crime outside a shopping centre in East Belfast.
I was out shopping, minding my own business, and this girl walked up to me, and she took my two gold necklaces off my neck, and she put something in my hand so I couldn't see what she was putting in my hand. I was scared because I didn't know what she would do. I think that she took advantage of me, knowing I had a learning disability.
John was devastated as one of the necklaces had been left to him by his brother Martin, who had died.
The police suggested it might have been a swap, but it wasn't a swap. I think they didn't have time to listen to what I was saying, because they thought with me having a learning disability that I was stupid and I didn't know what I was talking about.
Surprisingly, the reporting of disability hate crimes in Northern Ireland remains low, with many victims failing to report incidents to the police. It was for this reason that Leonard Cheshire Disability developed an advocacy service, the first of its kind in the United Kingdom.
The advocacy service was developed to ensure that victims of disability hate crime receive the same treatment throughout the criminal justice process as any other victim.
I would like to say that I believe that our officers have a degree of confidence whenever it comes to dealing with people who have specific needs. But I'm also very conscious, particularly people who may have a disability, that actually they're not always visible, so our officers may not always be aware that they're dealing with somebody who may have additional or specific needs from initially whenever they meet them.
Victims of disability hate crime often come up against similar barriers when it comes to reporting to the police. In relation to each case, we need to look at it from the individual's perspective to ensure that we work in a person-centred way and to the needs and objectives of each client.
Not only does the advocacy service assist victims when reporting disability hate crimes to the police, but it also offers support when victims are reporting incidents to other agencies.
The Leonard Cheshire to communicate with her executive, they won't let the go between. Because I got that I couldn't even do that no more. So they professionally, they was speaking on my behalf.
With the ability to communicate effectively often being a challenge, the role of the advocate is to assist the victim of a disability hate crime and to ensure that their voice is heard and their concerns are addressed.
When Chris got involved, I think he was very helpful. I felt deep down inside somebody was there for me and they wanted to listen. Because without them, I don't think anything would be done about this.
John didn't get the necklace back, but I feel John now has a better understanding of what had happened to him and how to react if something similar happened again. He got equity of service, and John understands now that if he is the victim of a crime again, how to report it, and he knows that he can always ask myself or Leonard Cheshire for help.
But these are people that you know is going to help, going to be genuine and help you, and they want enough of you. They're not going to exploit you or anything. They're going to help you, and they're there.
I think everybody should be treated fairly, disability or not.
If you have disability, you have to fight. You have to fight to get what you want. You shouldn't have to. Everyone should be treated equal.
We think it's very important that victims of disability hate crime realise that there is support out there and they don't have to suffer in silence.
Get support to report. It's through either the police service, through the advocacy scheme, through the Leonard Cheshire Disability, or through other support organisations that are there. If you report it, we can support you and we can help try and ensure it never happens again.
Maybe you are or have been a victim or a witness of a disability hate crime. Or maybe you know someone who needs the advocacy service. If you're not sure and just need more information, then please contact the Leonard Cheshire Disability Hate Crime Advocacy Service. Call us on 028 9066 1281 or email us on advocacy@leonardcheshire.org. Remember, get support to report.